This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, double check you're still subscribed to the channel. Double check your notifications are on. And if you hit that like button, make sure it's working properly, because these bad actors are doing everything in their power to suppress the channel, because they're terrified of more people becoming aware of all the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Listen, Ken Griffin, if you let him talk, he always tells on himself. Okay, that's what he does. He always tells on himself. I know by now you guys have seen a video where Ken Griffin said that managers control the price of the stocks. Not supply and demand, not how good a company is, but managers determine the price of a stock, which in any other arena would mean that they manipulate the price of the stock. But did the SEC do anything? Did the DOJ do anything? Did the FBI do anything? Of course they didn't. This guy gets on national TV and admits that his managers manipulate the price of stocks, and absolutely nothing happens. The SEC, the DOJ don't bat an eye. Absolutely crazy. Could you imagine anybody else going on TV and admitting to a crime, and not one DA, not one prosecutor, not one AG calls them in for questioning? Absolutely crazy. But here is Ken Griffin at it again, comparing retail investors to fans who can't beat a professional NFL team. And he's telling us, you know what he's telling us to do? That we should take our money out and give it to professional investors because they know better than us. First of all, he is making it an adversarial type thing. Are we fighting against the professional investors? Shouldn't we all be invested in good companies or bad companies, and then whatever the companies do determine whether we win or lose? Ken Griffin is having Freudian slips where he is admitting that the professional investors are working against us. He is admitting that they are working against us. Because why would he use these type of analogies? Listen, Ken Griffin does not care about anybody but Ken Griffin. If there's anything I've learned over the last 5 years, Ken Griffin does not care about retail investors. So any advice telling us to take our money and give it to the professional investors, any advice that Ken Griffin gives us, it's advice to help Ken Griffin. And he claims that these professional investors are more knowledgeable than us. Let me tell you guys something. When it comes to AMC and GME, I don't think there's nothing any professional investor could tell us about these two companies except for one single thing. I am sure the professional investors that work with Citadel know exactly how many billions or trillions of counterfeit shares they created of AMC and GME. That is the only information that these professional investors have about AMC and GME that a majority of what he called novice investors don't know. We know these two companies inside out. We've been in the play for 5 years. We have watched these companies be manipulated by these bad actors. The SEC has watched it. The DOJ has watched it. The FBI have watched it and did absolutely nothing. These comments by Ken Griffin tells me he is terrified of retail investors. He knows that we are coming for him because we refuse to sell our AMC and GME at these ridiculously low prices. And he is admitting, and he doesn't even realize it, that the professional investors, well, the ones that work with him, are fighting against retail investors. That's what he's admitting by these comments, okay? Because it's not supposed to be adversarial. We all supposed to invest in companies, and if the company does good, great. If it does bad, great. But no, Ken Griffin says that they're fighting against us. And you know what they're fighting against us with? Naked shorting, spoofing, dog pool abuse. And the SEC knows they're doing it. The DOJ knows what they're doing it. The FBI knows that they're doing it. And now Ken Griffin indirectly is admitting that they're doing things against retail novice investors. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think Ken Griffin realizes that he's telling us that he's terrified of retail investors and that his professional investors are competing with us or doing things contrary to our best interests? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.